Okay, this is going to be day 2 in my Vintage Story playthrough. So let's get started in Gloomy Hermit World. Been playing for 35 minutes so far, so I guess we can deduce that each day is roughly about half an hour long. The last video, I went to sleep. We started a fire. Looks like we cooked some cattail, and it looks like we're ready to eat right now. So let's eat some cattail. I'm just gonna manage my inventory a little bit here. I like to put things I'm gonna use on the hotbar, and then put the construction items, what have you, up in the inventory slots themselves. So I consider berries and food to be a usable item. The rest of this is good to keep up in the inventory. So you see I took that last piece of firewood out of the fire, so that's just going to burn out once this little flame graphic goes away. But what we can do is look at the map here. In the last video we took note of our spawn point, we took note of some quartz, and since we have a bed set up here, I'm actually just gonna mark this as the home for now. So we will call this home, and I'll pin it, and we will get adventuring here. Need a few more berries. It's just gonna be like an extreme diet of berries for the next coming days. So, right off the bat, I don't know if the sound is carrying or not, but I do hear what I refer to as a butthole. I believe they're called rifts in the game, so we can explain that mechanic now. So down here on the bottom, we explained the health, and we explained the food. In the center here we have this gear icon, and I think the closest approximation would be something calling it like sanity, and basically if the gear is going counterclockwise like it is now, you're losing sanity, so you'll see that bluish greenish color slowly go down. So we're at 84% right now. If it's holding still, you're pretty much stable, and if it's going forward in a clockwise motion, then you're gaining sanity. So right now we're pretty close to this rift, and accordingly we're losing some sanity. The rifts are monster spawns, and I believe they only spawn at nighttime. But if you go into it, the whole world kind of distorts, and things get kind of trippy. These gears pop out of the ground, and you can see in the center there, my gears are going down real fast. So I'm gonna get out of there and try to get everything back to normal here. I believe they call it Rust World if it goes all the way down to 0. And when you're in the Rust World, my understanding is like you've got creatures all over you, and it's not a fun time. Actually, speaking of creatures, there's one right there. I do have this knife. Let's see if we can take him. There goes my knife. So if you don't have an actual weapon, it's just not effective at all. There we go. So, yeah, you want to have a spear or a sword or, something that's actually meant to fight. But what I'm going to do is make another, I'm going to make another knife right now so we can skin this guy. So what you can do is, like before, chip away at these stones to make some more knife blades. and then you can actually skin him, harvest the body, and there's a chance that you'll get some goodies. Got 1 stick left. Pop the knife down into the hotbar. So, there's some copper. That's actually really convenient. So, I will hold control, and then I will right click. You can see the little crosshair was red, and then we actually ended up getting some flax fibers. So, I'm going to grab those, and then I will hit the X, and his body just disappears. So, since we found copper, this is actually a pretty big win. We can talk a little bit about the progression of this game. So, number one thing you can do to help yourself is press the letter H, and it brings up the handbook. So let's make this movable and just take a quick peek at it. So there's 3 sections: the everything section, the guides, and then the blocks and items. So everything is just the culmination of these 2. The guides has all of these various mechanics that are kind of like explained a little bit, and then the blocks and items is literally just like hundreds of individual items that exist in this game, and it's a lot, and they're adding more all the time. So it's pretty exciting to see all of this stuff. So one good way to kind of get yourself on track, once you have the starter guide here, you can actually just read each little step here. So we did all of these things. Find flint or hard stones, shift right click, and do some napping, expand your inventory, find food, find fire and light, and make some shelter. And then their next broad strategy is prepare for winter. On standard worlds, you have 70 in-game days to prepare for the cold season. You cannot no longer grow crops, wild animals yield less meat, and you can suffer from the cold. So they're saying that you should stock up on food by preserving it and keeping animals. So, I mean, that's a very, very broad goal, but, that's what you kind of want to keep in the back of your brain is, it's spring right now, everything's lush, and you can get berries, and there's animals, and you can grow things, but winter is indeed coming, and, you might as well start thinking about that. So, anyway, coming back to the copper and the progression here, when I press H, in addition to the starter guide, you also have this progression guide that kind of breaks everything down into like ages, they call them. So, starting with the Stone Age and then working your way up to the Steel Age. So right now we're very much in the Stone Age, crafting stone tools through napping, making fire, foraging, and building a shelter. So according to their guide, the next logical goal would be getting into the Pottery Age, which means you're basically making various things out of clay, tools and containers, and molds to pour metal into. So in order to go through that whole process, we need to find some clay. There are 2 types of clay, so I'm going to press H, and another handy feature is once you press H, you can just start typing. So C-L-A-Y, clay, and you can see all the various things from the clay. So there are 2 types of clay. There's blue clay, which looks like this, and anytime you type something in, you can get it by breaking this, you can bake it in the fire pit, or it's an ingredient for this. And the other kind of clay is called fire clay. And there that is. So you find that in the ground, and sometimes you can actually see it on the map. I don't see... Actually, there might be some over here. So maybe we'll take a walk down there and see if we can grab some of that. But we've also got this copper node over here. And what I'm going to do is definitely mark this. Because if you see surface copper, that means there's also going to be some copper underneath the surface. So I'm going to hit M here, and I'm going to mark this spot as a copper spot. So we'll do that little copper color there. And we'll pick, and we'll hit save, and now we have that little waypoint there. Alright, so food's going down a little bit, but at least we got some inventory. Let's go down and see if we can find some clay. We have a shovel, we have an axe, we have a knife, we have a fire starter. So, my strategy, and I don't know if this is visible on the stream or not, but you can kind of see these slightly lighter areas in the green, and sometimes that's indicative of a clay deposit. I'm also noticing there is a ruin down here in the water. You can kind of see the square structure. We can check that out, and that might be a good starter point for base potential. So maybe we can get, use some of the walls from the ruin to kind of save on materials. I'm also curious about checking out what exactly these light spots are. It could be sand, could be salt, I'm not sure. And yeah, this really does look like a clay deposit to me, so let's head southwest, and there's another rift. Let's head southwest and see what's down here. Grab some berries. There's some monsters. Hopefully the audio quality is a little bit better in this video. I've never done any recording like this before. I do have a mechanical keyboard, and it is very loud, and I did notice that when I was playing back the video. So maybe I can switch it out with a different one. Here's some rye. Like I mentioned in the first video, when something's at a growth stage, like 5 out of 5 or 7 out of 7, or in this case 9 out of 9, that means it's done growing and you can actually harvest it. You get some of the product, in this case rye, and then you also get some seeds to grow. We don't have a ton of inventory slots right now, so I'm actually going to leave it for the moment. But in the future, once I have a base down, I'm going to start grabbing this kind of stuff. Here's some more berries. And actually, fun fact, so when you do decide where you want to set up your base, you can actually break these bushes and pick them up, and you can actually replant them. So you can actually have a nice little berry farm going outside of your permanent home. But again, I haven't made a decision on that yet, so let's keep looking around for now. Since I've played a couple rounds of this game, I think I have a little bit more flexibility in terms of rushing to get things in order. I don't have to worry quite as much about dying and losing everything, so I can be a little bit more fast and loose with my gameplay session here. Interesting little cave system. So we're looking for clay. We're making note of plants and animals and just our general surroundings. Again, I saw off in the distance in that direction there's some really cool geology going on, so we'll definitely have to check that out. It's like my food is getting pretty low, so I'm going to munch on these turnips. Alright, so looks like that structure's coming up, and then I think maybe clay would have been straight here to the west. Let's see. It's really another cave. Yep, I was right. So I can tell from looking at these blocks right here, this is actually blue clay. So nice big deposit here, and it's very useful and necessary for progression. So again, you can kind of see when you zoom out of the map a little bit, it's a little bit different shade of green, and I'm going to mark it as blue clay. So now we know where it is. And while I'm standing here, it's probably in my best interest to grab a couple stacks of it. these early tools are primitive and slow. So, it's not Minecraft where you're just kind of zooming through these huge tunnels and making these large excavations, over the course of, 20 minutes. Like, this game is a lot slower pace, and, this, I just started using this shovel, and it's already more than half dead, so, you have to earn it in this game, which, to me, makes it more valuable. See tons of some sort of green over there as well. So we've got some clay. That's a good start. Blue clay will be fine for now. So let's... Where'd that white stuff go? That's interesting. I wonder if that was a glitch of some type. It seems to have disappeared. Well, anyway, I do see some yellow here, which I'm curious about. There's some more, so we can see what that is. Actually, maybe it's just flowers, because it looks like there might be one very close. Let's see. Oh yeah, it looks like it might be whatever this flower is over here. There's some wild mushrooms. Red wine cap. Those are edible, as far as I know. So woad is a flower, and yeah, that appears to be what the yellow is. So let's go look at this ruin over here. Look, east by southeast. Now, I've been sprinting pretty liberally, but I will say when you sprint, I think it makes your hunger go down a little bit faster. So, everything in moderation. Plus, I think it's nice to take your time and, look at your surroundings. So, this is another learning moment here. There's various kinds of soil. There's just, normal dirt. There's gravel. There's sand. But if you're talking about growing things, there's three main kinds of soil. There's low fertility soil. There's medium fertility soil, which I just found quite a bit of here. And there's actually a third kind, a high fertility soil. I think they call it terra preta. It's like a dark, brownish color. And depending on the soil type, your crops will grow better or worse. And there's a whole system behind that too. There's you have to have the potassium, nitrogen levels right, but that's down the road, so we can get to that for another video. I think I'll just do short little bursts day to day. But I do see some of the ruins up here. I see another rift over there as well. Get some flint I can grab. So one of the cool things about the ruins, there's some natural quartz. The ruins actually have these little clay pots, and the clay pots have various items inside of them. So it's pretty neat. It's like half underwater. I'm gonna look for the clay pots because sometimes there's tools, sometimes there's food or seeds, maybe like a weapon or something else that's useful. Not every ruin has them, but I think most of them do. So far, nothing's jumping out at me. I do see. I thought that was a certain type of brick block, but it was not. There might be something buried under here. I'm not sure how involved I want to get with that. Let's take a quick peek. Yeah, nothing's jumping out at me here. And I know I said sometimes these are good to build on, but this one's a little bit, not as enticing because it's basically in water. So let's keep exploring for now. See what we come up with. Still pretty neat though. There's some rye. We'll keep chomping on berries here as we go. Neat little pillar being held up by one block, it looks like. This kind of thing is just incredible to me. I mean, I know that, you know, Minecraft has this type of thing, but, you know, just to see a natural little statue like that, you know, it stands out. It's unique. Some more ruin. Oh, there we go. So here is a cracked vessel. So we're gonna break this open with our fists. And it looks like we got some coal out of it, which, you know, is useful for sort of the higher temperature smelting. Looks like there's a continuation of the ruin over there, and there's also some rabbits trying to swim. Quite a bit of ruins in this water. There's another one. I'm sure. What did I just pick up? Okay. I picked up a intact cracked vessel. So I can actually place that, and I think I can actually store stuff in it. Oh, maybe not. Let me throw some stuff down here, because looks like I might have some goodies. So I don't really need this dirt right now. So I need some sticks. And this quartz is basically useless. So I got some bee nades. This is basically a grenade with bees inside of it, which is hilarious to me. So it's like five bee nades. 6. I'm not sure how practical and useful they are, but pretty cool find. What else we got here? Get rid of some more things. More soil. Here's another cracked vessel. Looks like some honeycomb. Some poultice, which is like a type of bandage. And I think that was it for that run. So it's a shame because I don't have a whole lot of inventory space right now. So it is 15:58 already, so time is flying here. Let's see what else we got. I wish these were above ground, not in the water. I can't tell what that is. Drop these seeds. So another intact cracked vessel. I'm not sure. I saw one of my class features. Let's see. 12% chance to collect cracked vessel intact. I'm not sure what the benefit is of getting it intact. Actually, no. You know what? I do know what the benefit is. So if I were to break that, all of the items inside would have basically taken up individual inventory slots. But when you get it intact, you can bring the whole thing back to your base and then crack it open to see what's inside. So I guess it lets you carry more. That's pretty smart. See a fish swimming around over there. We'll check out this one more. And you can see in the upper right of the screen that the house icon is pinned, so you know we can tell which direction is home. Again, I can't see what's here. So maybe some type of pole. I can drop. What do I need? The grass I'm probably gonna use. I really don't need all these grenades, so let's see what this is. Oh, some nuggets, some lead nuggets. And some lead poisoning. Yay for that. some more cool little geographical features here. God, it's everywhere around here. So, we are in a temperate region. 69 degrees in May. So, think, I don't know, just a temperate kind of forest. As you go north, you can find colder regions, polar regions. As you go south, you can find tropical regions. So, you might be traveling for quite a while, but over time, the way that the plants and the animals populate is based off the temperature and the humidity and the rainfall and everything else. So it's pretty unique in that sense. It's not like that, awkward Minecraft, like you have a desert right next to a snow biome. I stopped here. I noticed there's some peat growing here. It's actually flammable, and you can use it for different things. So I'm actually going to mark that on the map as well. So this is a pretty dense region in terms of supplies. Let's go with, I'll just do this little dot. I'll just do brown. So P-A-T. Let's head back to the base. This day is going to be a little bit less filled with content and just a little bit of early exploration, just kind of getting our bearings here to get a sense of what we want to do, where we want to go, and what my short-term goals are. So we got some clay. We saw a little loop here around this this waterway, and I don't know what that is. Let's venture a little bit more east. Looks like there might be some huge mountains over there that are snow-capped, so that might be worth going to see. I don't think we'll make it all the way over there, but at least we can get a better view. I would like to do a build in something grandiose like that, so I think having a base with snowy background would be pretty neat. Let's chop on some berries while we walk. So again, trying to be mindful of the fact that not only are there big ravines and holes everywhere, but in this kind of wooded area, there's a chance there's going to be wolves, there's going to be bears. So one interesting thing that we've learned from our play sessions, yeah, it's definitely snow-capped mountains. One interesting thing is that, I don't know what that was. Early on, the animal populations are relatively low when you first spawn in, but again, with the systems in the game, the animals, they're their own little artificial intelligence, so that they're looking to, what is an earth ball? Or mushroom. The animals they have their own goals. They want to eat, they want to procreate, they want to, defend their territory. So, for an example, if there's a wolf pack in this area of woods, they will procreate and get larger and expand their territory. And if you happen to live close to them, they're not going to like it. They're going to come pay you a visit. And if you don't get that in check early on, that population of wolves can get out of control. So, happy accident here. I wasn't even looking for this, but we just stumbled across a trader here. So this is another mechanic in the game. You can find these wagon type vehicles throughout the world, and there's little NPCs that live inside of them. So all this stuff, you can't break anything. It says I don't have any build privilege. You can actually store stuff in the boxes here, interestingly enough. So that, that's one strategy, is to build commodities. And see this guy right here? You can store stuff in his boxes. He goes over there. But he's talking to us now, and let's see what he has to say. So, how do I have to take the stuff out of my hands? There we go. So he is a local goods treasure hunter. So on the left are the items we can buy from him, and on the right are the things we can sell to him. And the currency in this game is basically rusty gears. So as an example, if we gave this guy 8 cooked red meat, he would give us 1 gear for that. Same thing for the bow and these picks and everything else. So I don't have any of this. Oh, wolf pup, interesting. But I'm gonna make note of it on the map as we do. So we'll make this like a purple color, and we'll say treasure hunter. And it does say delivery of new goods in 4 days. That means this inventory is going to switch over after 4 days. These temporal gears are pretty coveted, so if I can get some gears, that'd be a nice thing to grab. But for now, we'll leave him be. I just want to get a nice little view of those mountains before the sun goes down. There we go. Oh wow. Look at that. Oh, and there's some ruin. Actually, I think we might have found a pretty good area to build. Because we can use this cobblestone as a base. We got some water here. And in the background, we've got those snow-capped mountains, which I think is super cool. So, I don't currently have a torch, and I probably should, but we can still run back in time. Let's take a look at these mountains. Oh wow. I love this kind of thing. Yeah, that's crazy. It's like some caves down below. And, as you get higher in elevation, obviously it gets colder and windier. It's neat to see, the natural world in this context. So let's get back to the little mud hut here and call it a night on this one. There's a ton of cattails. So for the next day, definitely going to be going down the clay route a little bit. Start to bake some containers. I'm also gonna make some reed baskets, and maybe start to try to set up a little base over here somewhere. There's another cave. Pretty neat area. It's nice to spawn into an area that's got interesting features and a diverse amount of things. Like I said, it's spring right now, so everything's lush and growing and beautiful, but over time the leaves will change color, fall will come, and eventually winter, and everything just basically dries up and freezes until the following spring. Okay, this is looking like home up here. Yep, here's our little mud shack. So let's just grab 2 pieces of mud to close the door. The fire went out. So I'll put that there. Let's just see real quick. If I press H and type in door, there's a couple different kinds of doors, but one of them is the rough wooden door, which requires 3 sticks, an axe, and 2 logs. So we can actually try that. just for tonight. Do we have? We do. We have an axe, 2 logs, and 3 sticks. So we get this rough wooden door. Now I happen to know that this door, it will keep the monsters out, but there's like a, I don't know, maybe like a 30% chance when you open it that it does that. It falls off. So you can just, place it again. There it goes. Wow. There we go. So it's really bad, but it'll keep us safe for the night. So I'm gonna go to sleep here, and that's gonna do it for the second video. But I'm gonna keep going through this over the course of the next couple of weeks, and hopefully get more people interested in this game. I'd like to see these developers make some money and continue this route of development. I think they're doing a great job, and I'd like to see where this game can go. So with that, I will let you go. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.